Hello there. In this lesson I'm going to show you the Fajarowicz gambit trap. White starts with d4, we reply with knight to f6. This opening is called the Indian defense. Then white usually plays c4, and we play pawn to e5, basically giving it away. If white takes the pawn, we play knight to e4. There are three common moves that white can play here: pawn to f3, pawn to a3, knight to f3. Let's analyze pawn to f3 first. So, if white plays pawn to f3 to attack our knight, we play bishop b4 check. If white plays bishop d2 to block the check, we bring our queen h4 check. The only move for white here is to play pawn to g3. We take this pawn with our knight. If pawn on h2 takes our knight, we move queen to g3 and it's checkmate. If pawn doesn't take the knight but instead captures our bishop on b4, then we play knight e4 and it's another checkmate. And that is the first variation. The second variation is pawn to a3. In that case, white protects b4 square to prevent check with bishop. We play pawn to b6, allowing white queen to fork the rook and the knight. If white plays queen d5, we play bishop to b7. It may puzzle your opponent, and if he suspects something and retreat his queen, we just continue to develop pieces. But if white takes the bishop, we play knight to c6. The only move for queen is a6, and then we play knight to c5. Queen has to move to b5, and here we finally trap the queen by playing pawn to a6. And that is the second variation. The third and the last variation is knight to f3. In that case, we play the same moves as in the second variation. Pawn to b6, allowing white queen to fork the rook and the knight. If white plays queen d5, we play bishop to b7. If white takes the bishop, we play knight to c6. The only move for queen is a6, but here we don't play knight c5 because queen can escape to a3. We play bishop to b4 check, and when white plays bishop to d2, then we play knight c5 to trap the queen. So that is the end of the lesson. Hope you enjoyed it and see you in the next one.